yo, it's been a while since I've done a video like this, but we're back with post-match commentary. Holy shit, crazy, right? Last time I only had a test drive for this thing, so I made the video and then didn't play it again because I didn't have it. But now I actually bought it because it's back in the store, and I figured, hey, let's make another video on it, because honestly, I just really like the J29D. And it's not even like this is some absurdly good, like, OP meta plane. It's because it's kind of not. It's okay. It's not bad at all. It's just, like, it's not the best thing ever. The main reason I really like it is because of the guns. They are ultra satisfying to get kills with, and a lot of times they do one-shot, which is nice because with real shatter and everything, there aren't that many guns in this game anymore that will consistently one-shot things. And hell, even these aren't consistent. Like, a lot of times you'll just get like a crit or something, albeit usually the crit is pretty, like, actually a critical hit, which is nice. But then also you still have 4 of these guns, and they're 30 millimeters, and yeah, they feel good when they hit. The only drawback to these guns is that they don't have tracers, so you do kind of have to get used to the aim a little bit, but once you get used to them though, they're not terribly hard to aim, at least for me. Now, the flight performance of the J29D, it holds energy really well, and that's your biggest strength, this thing. It rolls pretty well too, not quite as well as like a Saber, but a lot better than a MiG-15 BIS, and actually, I'm going to use those planes as a sort of comparison for this thing, because that's the best way I think I can explain it. In a nutshell, this thing kind of takes a lot of characteristics from an F-86F and a MiG-15 BIS, fuses them together, but doesn't quite do as well at those things as those two planes. Like, for example, F-Sabers are going to be a little bit faster than you, at least in terms of top speed, and while the J29D has a good roll rate, the F-86F does that a little bit better, but that's pretty well known. And also, straight up, how hard the plane can pull, the F-Saber pulls just a little bit harder than the J29D does, as does the MiG-15 BIS. And comparing the J29D to the MiG-15 BIS, the MiG-15 BIS is also going to pull a little bit harder. I believe the top speed of the MiG-15 BIS is pretty similar to the J29D. I can't remember off the top of my head which one is technically a little faster, but it is close enough to where it won't really matter that much. And as you all know, the MiG-15 BIS does not roll well, so the J29D outrolls the MiG-15 BIS very, very well, which is very nice if you do end up in a fight with the MiG-15 BIS, which, and off the top of my head, I can't remember if I actually ended up in any 1v1s against the MiG-15 BIS in-game, and the MiG-15 BIS will also out-accelerate the J29D. So honestly, really, if you do, like, if I had to choose one, J29D or F-Saber or MiG-15 BIS, I'd still would take the MiG-15 BIS every time. But as I said a minute ago, the main reason I like this plane is because the guns are really fun to use. The plane, I just find it enjoyable, kind of an enjoyer jet, I guess. I touched on the matchmaker a second ago, but like I said, you don't see that many full up tiers. You do see a lot of 9-3, but I think most of the games I had have been 8-0 to 9-0, which has been nice. Scariest things you're going to see are any plane that has like some solid missiles, so you got to be real careful of those. Normally the planes that carry those missiles though aren't that strong. For example, like the AV-8s, those aren't that great of a dogfighter by any means whatsoever, but they have AIM-9Gs, which is, you don't want one of those behind you. Other than that, the scariest planes you're going to see are like, you know, MiG-15 BIS, MiG-17s, LIM-5P, and MiG-19s, and, you know, MiG-19s, no matter what you're in, are scary planes. And of course, you're going to have those games where you're chasing around a couple of F-104s, and that's never fun, and that's usually when I turn the game off for the day, because I just cannot stand chasing around F-104s. It's just so annoying. I think that about covers everything I wanted to say about the J29D. It's pretty brief, pretty much kind of in a nutshell, but I'll get in some gameplay now. Starting off, this game is an A-Saber below me, and you don't want to be slower than that thing, so it's very good that we're above and fast. The Panther kind of ends up, I was going for the A-Saber, Panther kind of ends up in front instead. For some reason, he kind of just felt like the easier shot in the moment. Get the crit, he's on fire, he's going to die, which is very good, very nice. And instead of immediately turning back around and trying to get back into that mess, I'm going to take a second to extend away, get my bearings, and figure out who I actually want to go for next. See if there's anybody following me. Doesn't look like there is, and it seems like they're kind of flying parallel or away from me, so I'm going to turn around now. See if I can swing around and kill a couple more people. For a brief second, you saw that ME-163. ME-163 is also a very scary plane that I didn't mention. Gotta watch out for him. G91 swings below us, he goes kablooey, which always feels really good, and that's like literally my favorite reason I play this plane. Just the guns are so much fun to use. This CL-13 kind of ends up right in front of me as well. Take a few shots, miss, took a couple more to shoot his wing off, and he's gonna go into the ground in just a second. Like I said, still keeping my eye on that 163. Very scary. Don't want to end up with him behind me at all. Luckily, the ME-163 isn't necessarily that fast, but as soon as you get slow and the ME-163 ends up behind you, it's extremely hard to do anything about that. The other team is slowly but surely being vaporized, which is good for us because that means I'm not really gonna have to work that hard to actually win the game. The 163 right now looks like the easiest target. My teammate right here in the J29D, if I left that alone, the 163 would probably slap him up and down because the 163 is kind of nuts. He ends up right in front of me. I whiffed the easiest shot of my life. Very unfortunate, but at this point, I kind of hadn't quite got used to the guns, but luckily, teammate swings in, kills him, so he's out of the game. And I think at this point, there are only 2 people left in the other team, and it's like an F-84 and something else. I forgot. We'll see in a second, I guess. I've still got enough fuel to keep flying around and just cut off the afterburner to save it just in case, and there's that F-84. He shows up in front of me. Flew to the airfield to see if I could find him. F-84 shows up, so he's, I guess, bomb running, so not really an issue. And even if he wasn't, F-84s are not the greatest thing in the world, so not really a problem. And he's either AFK or just not looking, and I get behind him and tap him out of the air. I keep flying around their airfield, assuming that's probably where the last guy is, and luckily I'm correct. It's an A4, as it turns out, which is also kind of not really an issue. A4Es, they shit speed immensely when they turn, so that's like super nice because you can just literally do anything you want pretty much and you'll be able to kill them. Also, as you can see, the top, we're about to win on tickets, which is really unfortunate. So normally I would fly away a little bit to pull away from the airfield as much as I can, but since we have like no time left to finish this game, I'm going to try and take a long head-on, maybe get lucky, pull out of the way because I don't want to die to an A4 in a head-on. That would be awful. And all I have to do is go up. The A4 probably won't be able to follow it, especially since he just took off and probably has some sort of ground ordnance loaded out. He flies completely straight, doesn't even try. Don't really blame him. I mean, game's almost over anyway. Slipping right behind him, pretty far away, take some shots, try and get him before the game ends, shoot before the game ends, and the shots hit after the game ends, so I didn't get the kill, as you can see by my visible mouse frustration. But what are you gonna do? I'll just shit my pants and move on. Next game, hopping in on City, which is like still one of my favorite maps. Kind of flying directly into the horde, take the head on with the first J91 miss, but then hit that one, which always feels really good. Normally I would not advise going into a horde like that, but just because I know this plane out energies every single one of those, I mean, they're mostly J91s. J91s bleed speed pretty badly, so you can kind of just spiral climb just like I'm about to do here. Essentially, spiral climbing is basically just cranking 90s in War Thunder to get the height. J91 completely commits to following me up, which either way, he's either going to end up dead by me or my teammate. Unfortunately, it's my teammate who gets in with a missile, which, very sad. Unfortunately, that is War Thunder nowadays. You do have to deal with missiles, even if they are AIM-9Bs. It is still kind of annoying. Not even the fact that I have to dodge AIM-9Bs, it's just the fact that a lot of times I'll be fighting somebody, then an AIM-9B comes in and kills whoever I'm fighting. Swift coming in hot. He's going to be a lot faster than I am currently, which is not good, but, I mean, we'll probably end up fine. F-84F, not a scary plane, gonna take a long head-on because why not? Pull off and get a crit. Very good, very nice. I said that was a long head-on, but it really wasn't. That was actually closer than I kind of thought, and normally I don't take head-ons like that. It's just kind of, the risk-reward isn't really worth it. They still have a lot of planes up, which is good for me because I like getting a lot of kills, so I'm gonna try my best to do that. Thought I could pull lead on this F-84, but unfortunately I couldn't, so I gotta go up again. That's okay. Patience is a virtue or something. And I guess he was trying to go back to his airfield, but he was way too slow for that. Just sit behind him and shoot him. Yay. Get turned around, I'm going to try and finish off the rest of the team if I can. Realize there's a MiG-15 nearby. MiG-15 is probably the scariest plane that's still up, so I would like to prioritize him if I can, but I'm not really going to try and go to my way just to focus him. I'm still going to try and just take targets of opportunity if I can. That's, you know, that's ARB for you. And sometimes I feel like if it's a MiG-15, they're either don't know what they're doing or they're cracked. There's like very rarely any in between. Both these guys right in front of me going to try and swing down, just pick whichever one seems like the easiest target. Looking at the MiG-15 now, but I mean, they're both going after my teammates, so whichever one just presents himself first, that's who I'm going to shoot. Looks like it's a J91, take him out, goodbye, and there's a Swift coming in, hello. Try to make it hard for him to shoot me, and the Swift at high speed, if I remember right, it locks up pretty bad, so it would have been hard for him to shoot me, even if I was flying straight. For now, the Swift kind of zooms out of there, and I'm going to try and get this MiG-15 out of the air. At this point, he's pretty slow, and he's focused on my teammate, so take some shots here. Doesn't hit, unfortunately, but, you know, whatever. I'm not going to try and directly turn in, going to swing kind of wide, try and get behind him, just in the best position I possibly can. He swings over left, he's going to end up right in front of me, which is very good, very nice, not missing the shot this time. Over to my left, there's a Swift and a J91 over there with my teammate. Gonna try and get over there as fast as I can. At this point, I've got 8 minutes of fuel left, which I think is enough. The, you know, J29D having an afterburner and all, it does burn fuel faster than a lot of other planes would that don't have an afterburner, obviously. Get close, try to take a long shot on the Swift. For some reason, I've been taking a lot of these lately. They're kind of fun when they hit, and for some reason, I was just kind of feeling confident with them, even though only some of them were hitting. Both of these guys are going to fly straight, trying to kill that LA-15, I guess. Both of them are pretty slow now, so I can probably catch them pretty easily. At least a J91, he's slower than the Swift. And the Swift, I believe, is a faster plane than me. I think in a minute he actually does outrun me. J91 puts his nose down. I try taking a shot here. Unfortunately, I don't hit because Lamau skill issue. I was also trying to conserve ammo, though, because that's something I did mention earlier. If you're not used to the guns, the ammo does go pretty quick, so if you're not hitting your shots, you do tend to run out somewhat often. Currently, have some momentum going. Think I can catch the Swift, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. The Swift F1 is faster than I thought it was. Not long later, I end up turning around because it looks like he's going back to his airfield. Plus, at the time, I didn't realize this, but I was running pretty low on fuel. 3.5 minutes does not go very far when you have an afterburner. Start closing in on the J91. He turns towards me, trying to take the head on. I'm not taking that. I don't have much ammo or fuel. Just going to take it up, try and out-energy him as fast as I can. Normally, I would play this pretty passive. It is a J91. I'm going to be able to just spiral climb, and he won't be able to really do anything about it. But as I said, unfortunately, I don't have much fuel left. I'm lowering down to like 2 minutes now, which is not ideal, because I still got to fly back to the airfield to land. At this point, he has pretty much run out of speed. He's pretty much everything short of stalling out, so he puts his nose back down, trying to get his speed back up, and I pop the landing flaps out and pop the air brake out. Oh yeah, and speaking of the air brake, you know the LA-15 air brake, how it kind of just doesn't work that well? Kind of the same thing. Sometimes I don't even feel like the air brake's out, but yeah. Anyway, zero throttle, full air brake, just trying to get behind him, try and get the shot off. For a second, I kind of was struggling to stay behind him, but luckily, still managed to. Start going back up, get my throttle going again, combat flaps out, and he ends up in front of me, and shoot him out of the air. Very nice, very good, my wife. But now I only have 1 minute of fuel left, so I gotta stretch that out to get all the way to the airfield. Luckily, it was just enough to make it back. Unfortunately, by the time I got up, one guy crashed, and the other guy ended up leaving the game after he landed, so whatever. Alright, this will be the last game I show. I'm not going to show the full thing. I'm just going to show a quick 1v2 that happened towards the end of it. To kind of showcase the plane a bit more, I guess. I know you see there's a lot more planes up than 2, so why am I calling it a 1v2? Well, a couple of those guys die. Or no, one of them dies, and then the A4E ends up just bombing a base and flying away. So I end up just having to go against this F-Saber and an F-100. But at this point, I've got an F-30 Saber and an F-100 who are trying to kill me at the moment. I've gotten them somewhat slow right now. I don't have a huge energy advantage over either of them. Well, maybe over the F-100, yeah, but the F-30 Saber, he's not terribly low energy at the moment, but I am fast enough to where I can start fighting these guys confidently. I'm trying to get enough separation to where I can turn around to at least make the shot hard for him, and when he pulls in for that shot, he's going to bleed some speed, and I'm still going to be able to keep turning and still keep my speed high enough to where he won't be able to pull in behind me after that. I am still worried about the A4E. I don't want to get into this fight and then be shot down by the A4E, but luckily he doesn't seem to be coming for me. I keep looking over to check and still not coming, so we're chilling. F-100 ends up flying away for now, so I gotta focus all my attention on the F-Saber. He could very well turn around at any point, so I still have to check for him as well. I think the Saber sort of realizes that he's kind of losing position here, and I'm slowly but surely getting my nose around. I guess as soon as he realized that, he decided to reverse his turn, but when you reverse your turn and there's someone right behind you, it's kind of hard to not get shot, but fortunately for him, I missed the first shot because I was a little too scared to spend all my ammo, and then he slides in front of me one more time, and bam, he's out. At this point, I've got like no fuel or ammo, so I have to RTB. I do come across that A4E again who followed me all the way back to the airfield. I wish I could fight him, but I have no fuel, so that would be kind of stupid to try and take that with literally zero fuel, so I'm gonna land and then try again. Sometime later, after I landed and refueled and got more ammo and stuff, last guy's the F-100. He ends up trying to take me up into space, trying to stall me out. Luckily, I'm closing just enough to where I can get in range of getting a shot off and, you know, kablooey. And actually, a second ago, I misspoke. That actually wasn't the last guy. There was one more. He's just an A4E, and that's not exactly hard to deal with, especially if he actually tries to fight you. He could just run away, but he didn't, and all you gotta do is crank some 90s on him, spiral climb up, and eventually he'll be falling out of the sky, which is what's happening. After he stalled out, I guess he just gave up and decided to fly straight and gave me a free kill, so cool. Oh, this wasn't planned, but we ended up squatting the J29D and happened to get a full down tier as a full 4-stack, so that's really lucky. Here's that.
There goes half my ammo.
I love these guns, man. They make me happy.
I'm losing a rape fight.
In here. The F-84, oh wait, he's got the F-84G here.
Oh yeah, I'm not faster than I can't do anything.
I love not being able to see.
Why do I have 2 minutes of fuel? What?
Did you only take
load enjoyer?
I can't do anything to any of these guys.
Whiff easy shots.
We whiff these, get it instead of win these, it's I whiff these.
I whiff these?
Oh shit, there's an enemy on me.
I remember why I don't play this plane now.
It's a G91, all over my nuts.
Dude, turn.
A4, can you just die?
Crit?
Can't
You
use
dead
my
now?
There we go.
Please crash.
Playing all this top tier has literally made me so much worse at this shit.
Oh, an F-Saber?
Guys, can you come help,
I'm on my way.
I'm on the way.
There we go.
I might have to deal with an F-Saber, though.
How is that vampire not dead? Because I'm out of fuel.
I'm so dead.
Is it your kill, Juice?
God, I'm so ass, man.
No, you can take it.
There's an IL-28 here.
Oh, a vampire is kill stealing. I'm taking it instead.
Yep, do it. I'm okay if you kill steal.
We full send for the IL-28.
I'm so bad at playing the actual game.
I thought I was gonna be ass playing this thing when I started playing it, but like I'm actually like I've kind of been balling out with it.
I've been really I really enjoy this thing.
I
I don't know why.
These guns
The
suck.
flat model just kind of vibes to me. I don't know. These guns suck. These guns are awesome.
It took 3 bursts to
Bro,
kill.
Oh no.
Bro.
I'm so sorry. No.
Oh shit, A-Saber, hi.
Why did they have an extra guy? Did you guys kill the 163?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the 163's dead.
Okay.
Wait, dude, did you ever see that?
Wait, I have 4 cannon
What,
rounds.
when you posted the video,
One
you
tap.
the mouse seek your head bad?
Yeah, you saw
I
that?
remember that? Yeah, that was my first time.
Yeah,
I literally found out who Seekerhead was because of that video.
Yeah.
Seekerhead, a team killer.
I still remember that. Seek was like, you won't post it, no balls. And I was like, bet.
See, this is my no balls moment is I won't post my whatever compilation I make of Jube saying dumb shit. Or maybe I'll make it unlisted.
I'm going for him with
And
my
we
one
like
tap.
have all the kills in the squad, or in the game pretty much.
Wow.
I
Oh,
think
we don't hit
we can
those.
Make it public. It's just like a death and breathing compilation.
That was fun.
How many views is that up to, by the way?
I don't know.
The death and breathing. Never mind.
Whoa.
He's gonna crash. Oh, he didn't crash. I'm about to hit the most epic shot of my entire life.
Well, yours is more concise than mine.
Yeah. I really need to make a video that's gonna be
No,
bad.
my one tap.
Wait,
I hit the one tap, don't worry.
I can't remember.
We have 11 of the 12 kills in this game.
If you don't let me one tap this guy, I'm gonna
That
find you IRL
sucks.
and murder you.
One tap
the
at
only
first.
The only reason that we don't have all the kills is because this guy got a 50 cal pilot snipe on the B29.
No,
or the,
F84, wake up.
B57.
No! Dude, I gotta get this last shot out somehow. Come here.
Back to 2KB.
I have 4 rounds
Nope.
left. It's literally one trigger
Reverse
press, you
you.
asshole.
Yeah.
You ain't reversing shit, homeboy.
Oh,
no!
I got 213 SL, 213,000 SL. Right?
You got 213 SL.
Man, that's a
This
lot.
economy, man.